trouble, you believe in God, believe also in me. You can give him your troubled heart right now. He's the one who will give you peace and comfort in these turbulent times we're living in. You see, the problems we have.
Huh. Well, that might be an issue. Okay, this might be a slight issue on my part. Naturally, living in Georgia means that sometimes certain stations decide to air local sports instead of wrestling. So we're gonna hope for the best here.
You could choose any market.
All right. Well, I'll make it work. Because I don't think NXT airs in Georgia today on the CW, because instead our CW is getting basketball or something. So. So we'll do this completely illegally, don't worry. Just means I only get a little bit of my monitor tonight instead of all of it. Let's see, can I... No, I'll figure it out. One thing that confused you with real-life WWE. Okay. I'll bite. What?
It's the final NXT before Sunday's battleground, where Miles Moore has a date with destiny. An NXT championship opportunity against this man, the ruler, Ogo Femi. It's their final face-off before Sunday in Tampa. Now the topic of champions, the TNA World Champion,
Joe Hendry's here, guitar in hand. Why was Roxy losing a lot before yesterday? Okay. Alright. Well, there's Ricky. Okay, let me try and explain this to you as best as I can. I know she's one of your favorites. But as we've seen from with how Ilya was introduced last year, or with how Lyra was introduced last year, when Triple H's booking is that NXT stars are kind of on that mid-card level, or on an intercontinental level. Roxanne was coming in against the world champions. She was coming in, she had 2 non-title matches against the world champions. She wasn't going to win those. And she was having tag matches against the world champion and the #1 contender. She wasn't going to win that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Hi, Bad Dog. It's as simple as she wasn't going to be beating world title contenders on her first night. I've got a 3D print to cut free of its supports tonight. And some website updates to do potentially. We'll see what ultimately I decide to do today. That's just what people do on their way out of NXT. You know this. You've been watching for years. Finn lost to Shinsuke on his way out. Rude lost to Roderick Strong on his way out. Like, that's just how it goes, man. You lose to the next wave of top NXT stars on your way out of NXT. Ciampa lost to fucking Tony D on his way out. Like, it's as simple as that, man. You lose to the next wave of top NXT stars on your way out of NXT. James versus Drew Survival. I haven't seen Ray's SmackDown yet. It was supposed to be a double feature day of SmackDown and NXT. I kind of, no offense to Ray, I kind of had a feeling that we'd only get one or the other today. Augusta, Georgia, huh? So he's a Georgia boy. He's not... I was going to say not too far from me, but Augusta's about 100 miles from me. I've done that drive once. It's not terribly fun. I want to put my markers anyway that they brought back to me.
WWE involved, but also a WWE IV talent.
Man, there's Ashanti Adonis.
This excited, this fast in a show. No. I like this guy. Maybe he just get his mind right. Maybe he can focus. He has an abundance.
Oh, man. But, yeah, Dynamite is out now. Early access for members. I've ultimately decided that just because I'm going to be driving back home next Monday, and I should be getting home before Raw would go live at 5 p.m., and I can't exactly guarantee I'd be able to set it up for early access on Sunday. Raw is going to premiere next Monday, so it'll go back to normal in 2 weeks. If anyone's going to get upset about it, you'll live. Interested to see more out of this Sean Legacy kid. I've heard good things from the fine people of the LS11 Discord about him, so... There we go. Alright, where did Hemlock put my pasta markers? Oh, right where they found them. Nice. Well, yeah, you're not a member, so it doesn't really affect you that much, Bad Dog, but it'll be another premiere. I'm excited for it. It's going to be the Gauntlet. Yeah, I'm excited for people to see what I got in store for Dynamite this week, even though I'm not around for Dynamite this week. Figure out how to redo your schedule because we're not uploading a day early. And there's more you can do than just watch us. Like, I appreciate that you watch our content and stuff, but there are plenty of other content creators out there that are uploading when we're not. We also have thousands of videos. And if you're just dying to hear my voice on a Sunday or something, I have a bunch of other channels that have videos on them, so... Plus, Ray is potentially going to have Saturday night's main event out this week. I would have full screen it on my other monitor at this point, because, like, if I'm not...
What should I put you down for? Oh, boundaries. They can be tough for young homeowners turning into their parents. Now, I'm either going to go tuna melt or Reuben. Remember, when the door closes, so there's a conversation. Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay. Looks like the soup of the day is tomato bisque.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
I could go tuna melt. If you want to go Reuben, we could do a mix and match.
Ready, Tycoon? It's go time.
Who's got any burning universe questions? Everyone's got any, like, burning universe questions on the road to WrestleMania? I'm literally just coloring in a crown right now for the convention this weekend. That is literally all I'm doing right now. And watching NXT, of course. To answer the questions I usually get asked, Triple H and Macho Man. Triple H, Macho Man, and Kurt Angle are my 3 favorites of all time. That's what I do. I watch WrestleLuigi when you don't upload or live stream. I mean, yeah, I need to make more WrestleLuigi content. Tomorrow, I'm gonna attempt to lock in and get a bunch of content backlogged before I leave for the weekend. I gotta get Raw done so it can go out on Monday. I want to get Main Event and Honor Club done for members and Patreon backers, because there's not been the Fallout episode to Supercard yet, and I want to do that as we begin to build to the next pay-per-view, which I assume I'll probably do Death Before Dishonor next. That's usually how it goes. Six-man match done in one take. How long was the chamber match? Was one take? So the 6-man match, that was the second take. There was one take where Kenny won it in about 6 minutes by pinning Okada with the One-Winged Angel. And Kenny was obviously not supposed to win that. And just no one went to break it up. But it was a pretty short take, fortunately, so I didn't feel like I lost much. Both chambers were one takes, yes. Yeah, both chambers were done in one go, but the AEW title 6-man, Kenny did accidentally win it once, and then I got it on the run back as Ospreay.
Championship and North American title.
And I have forged an open to that because the one that we're out there. I think I'm afraid of a challenge.
I don't think you are, and it is now Adonis who may be looking for that long kiss goodnight. Serenading the band. You don't serenade the band. If the band serenades you, that one too. Boom! Oh, there's no serenading that.
What was the botch that I had to cut out? There wasn't. What match are you talking about? I can't... There wasn't one.
Huge clothesline. Gonna change this around. What do you see? The Georgia native, high flyer, just went down the field. Let's take another look at this sequence.
I don't remember there being one, at least.
A few seconds ago, are you leaning any which way right now? These three competitors.
You said there was another one besides the Tonga. No, I didn't. No, what I said was he was the only one that could have happened to where I wouldn't have cut it. Anyone else, and I would have, is what I said. Like, had Jacob Fatu or Tama Tonga accidentally stepped in the way of the Prime or the Cred bottle shot, then I would have cut it. But because it was Tonga Loa, who is known for having 2 left feet, I left it in because it was too funny not to.
You see now, first time. Oh, charging in. Devon Evans leaping higher.
Whoa! That was sick. Look, man, if Javon's not going to be the one to beat Obafemi, then a North American title run I'd be down for.
Singing in unison. Ricky, speechless. Speechless. This just the opening contest on the final NXT before Battleground. And look at the two.
As a reminder, everyone, I will not be live for any of the festivities this weekend. Not for Battleground, not for Saturday Night's Main Event, not for SmackDown. Maybe not for Raw next week. I haven't decided. That is going to 100% depend on how I'm feeling after the drive back. I say Javon do a AAA run? Nah. I want to see him get a run with the title in NXT, and then I want to see what he can do on main roster sooner or later. I feel like, I hate to say it this way, right? I think it's good that Trick Williams, Obafemi, Javon Evans, guys like that aren't being called up yet. Guys that I could legitimately see in the world title picture on main roster. Because the world title scene is so crowded across Raw and SmackDown right now with John Cena with the WWE title. Like, he's only going to have a few matches this year with it before he retires after losing it. And over on Raw, the World Heavyweight title scene is just so congested with Seth. Oh, what a cutter! But, like, you got Seth, you got Braun Breaker, you got Sami Zayn, you got CM Punk, you got Jey Uso, you got Gunther, Logan Paul, unfortunately. Like, you got all these names involved in the world title scene on Raw that anyone like a Trick or a Javon or an Oba getting called up will unfortunately just kind of get lost in the shuffle in the meantime, or just go into the mid-card scene. Whereas I think a lot of them could easily be straight to the main event. So if you give it, and there's Ethan Page. You give it another year or so for some of them. You give it another year or so, and, like, Roman will be retired. Sami Zayn probably doesn't have long left. Punk probably doesn't have 5 years left in him. Like, WWE, sooner rather than later, is going to be forced to really really build Oh, man, Shawn Legacy picking up the win? Wow. Good for him. Ricky and Ethan are throwing hands. And I think my wife just got home, which is good because I do need her help up here in a minute.
Stevie, this is great, and congratulations to your guy, but you see what Ricky and Ethan are doing right now? I cannot keep having this, so please take security with you, and please go get home. We're on it. Thank you, guys. Speaking of congratulations, Jasper Troy, Tyler Macefield, congratulations on winning season 1 of LFG.
All right, there's the new LFG stars. I like the looks of both of them.
Couple weeks, but right now, I just need those signed contracts. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ava. You're welcome. Jasper? Thank
I'm
you.
gonna just let you know, Ava. I'm gonna make an impact on NXT, and it starts tonight.
All right.
All right, Jasper Troy wants to make an impact tonight. Interesting. See either one? No, I really don't. I like Ethan Page. I really do. I like him a lot. Oh God, no, not her. I like Ethan Page a lot. I do. But I don't see him as anything higher than like USIC level guy. That's just the unfortunate reality of him. I don't see him going higher than that in WWE. And I love Joe Hendry, but it's kind of the same thing there. I think when Joe Hendry is inevitably on WWE's main roster in a couple of years, I think he's gonna be like a solid Intercontinental US champ level guy. I think pretty much unless he gets a groundswell of fan support like a Daniel Bryan style, he probably won't go above the mid card, and I'm okay with that. Like, would I love to see my guy holding up the World Heavyweight or WWE title one day? Absolutely, he's my guy. Met him. He literally, like, meeting him was a big part of why I, was able to come, like, bounce back from a serious depressive spiral I was in. But, there's some wrestlers that just probably won't exceed that upper mid-card level. And I really like Ethan Page, but I think he's one of those. I think there's a reality in which someone like an Ethan Page or a Joe Hendry is a world title level guy. I think there's a reality where that's true. I think they both have the talent, the charisma, and the in-ring skills. I just don't see that being a reality, unfortunately. Ricky Saints, I think it's 50-50. I see a lot of upside there. I wouldn't be shocked if he's on main roster in the next year. I think it just depends on how long they want to have him stick around in NXT. I wouldn't be shocked if he got an NXT title run first.
Guys, a preview of Memorial Day weekend's epic aerial combat tonight at 10. Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda from the Kelly Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
I think Joe Hendry, I also think it's very possible, because like we know from the Chris Van Vliet interview that came out last week, which was an incredible interview, by the way. Really showcases who Joe is as a guy. But the Joe Hendry interview with CVV last week, which I really enjoyed, highly recommend it. Hashtag not sponsored. It seems Triple H really likes Joe Hendry. And like just from following Trips on social media the way I do, the fact that he's always just liking and reposting stuff that has to do with Joe Hendry as well, I think there's a chance that Joe Hendry is a Triple H guy and goes straight to main roster when he's signed. What I was actually going to say, I lost my train of thought there and started just kind of talking randomly. But no, what I actually meant to say was, like, I genuinely think Joe Hendry, because he's in his contract year with TNA, which he revealed on Insight, like, as he revealed on Insight, he's in his contract year. His TNA contract's up this year, which means he's going to be in WWE as an actual WWE superstar by the end of 2025, which is really exciting. Hi, JT. Which is just super exciting to think about for me as, like, one of Joe Hendry's more vocal supporters. Is he's going to be a WWE guy by the end of the year. I think it's very possible he skips NXT and jumps straight to main roster because he's already done a full-on NXT run. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Joe and Trick are main eventing this weekend. Getting a Jordan Grace video package right now.
2024, the top 3 free agents were Julia, Stephanie McCurr, and Jordan Grace. We all signed NXT with one goal in mind.
Get 3D wallpaper on my phone. My wallpaper on my phone is me and Alex. I don't want to change that.
Stephanie and I have both beaten Julia. We're competing for that top spot in NXT. I've been watching Stephanie for a long time, and our paths aren't too far off from each other. We're actually very, very similar. We both sacrificed everything to get to the WWE. Everybody always talks about how Stephanie has competed in Japan, Mexico, but you know what? So have I. Stephanie and I both dominated our own territories. As Dan delivered, Stephanie got a piece of it.
Josh doesn't like it. Not making an NXT appearance. Just kind of tells me WWE wasn't really interested.
This Sunday's gonna be a battle. My money on you. As you were saying, thank you. I will talk to you after my interview. Wow. You can suck up to the champ all you want, but you're still not the champ.
Well, there's Fatal Influence again.
Right, because after last week, y'all definitely showed why you're a threat to the champ. No, it's me. I didn't get pinned. You know, y'all pretend to be a team, but really, you're just getting each other's way. It's embarrassing. Well, you can think whatever you want, just like how Fallon thinks that she's a leader. I was North American champ. Right. Well, in that case, I have a great idea, champ. Why don't you take care of Lola tonight and prove why she's behind us when it comes to that title? Hey, Fallon? Right.
Oh, more teases of a breakup of Fatal Influence. Don't do this to me, WWE. Take a triple powerbomb. Been there, done that. No thanks, not again.
Between me and you, when I walk in the room, people break their neck so they can see me. You break your neck so people can see you. I call you what your mama calls you. Average Joe. Drop my music.
Oh boy, it's time for the Trick Williams. Come in. Hi.
So I know you don't really care about this, but I spent like an embarrassing amount of hours on this.
Okay. Ooh, very nice.
I did all of this.
Very nice.
I spent maybe like 3 hours on the layout. I don't even know how much time I spent on the art.
Nice.
I'm very proud of it, so I'm showing everybody. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Okay, but anyways, Crybaby match. I'm good. But yeah, no, you want to see me take a triple power bomb? There's plenty of episodes of ARW where Avalanche triple power bomb me, Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett. Calling him an average Joe. Interesting. Because I was the bad guy. I was the corrupt GM, remember? 2021. Or no, 2020.
We are just moments away from your match with Sean Spears, and it's been a while since you went out there by yourself.
Yeah, Kelly, you're right. Like, I wish Anamora was here, but he's not.
Did I get better? I did. I did.
If you're back in Japan watching this, I just want you to know, things ain't as fun here without you, brother. Tonight, this one's for you, my friend. All right, Kelly.
Oh boy, the culling. I totally don't forget they exist every time they're not on the screen. But yeah, I came back as a face. Wait, no, it was 2021. It was 2021 when I was a heel. And then at the end of 2021, I returned as a face. I think it was the end of the year.
Episode of NXT is presented by Salon Pod.
RW retrospective. Maybe one day I will.
Spots like here.
I was doing it like across multiple streams, many of them last year, but
Once your pain is gone.
then I got really depressed, as we all know. For those wondering what I'm doing here, I am getting this this crown finished.
I did way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now? What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Getting this crown colored in for one of my cosplays this weekend at the con. You cure depression. You don't. That's the thing. That's the unfortunate part, is it's not easy. For me, it just kind of it was a matter in my case of I cure yours. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. I'd love to be able to just wave a wand and cure people's depression.
Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, man.
Replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can
But yeah, Mine, the way it finally went away is, as you all know, I was in a job I didn't like this time last year, and it was making me want to move away from where I live now and want to literally just vanish into the night, pretty much start my life over, move to a different move back to my hometown, away from everything and everyone, literally just start my life over pretty much and not be here. It got worse than that. It made me not want to, it made me not enjoy the just simple act of being alive at one point either. But long story short, I finally kind of got that lifeline back in March of the job I'm working towards getting now. Come in. You're welcome. I didn't hear you the first time. Thank you. I'll get that handled in a minute.
Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be more effective to use a paintbrush?
It would be, but at this point I'm almost done.
I thought I had 4 circles.
No, it's just 2, one on each side.
Hi, chat.
But yeah, that's kind of finish what I was saying there about getting over depression, JT. It was a very lucky situation for me of the they really do. But like the new job that I'm going to be starting not long after we get back from the con this weekend, they kind of threw me the lifeline of calling me when I was at in kind of my darkest hours and showing genuine interest in giving me a shot, and so it has it really helped. Yeah, it'll get one before Thursday morning. There we go.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm gonna
You've got all day tomorrow to work on it too.
for the most part, I've got all day tomorrow.
Well, you get what I mean.
I gotta deliver a little bit, and I gotta go get my things done. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, your fingerprints?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you using on my hair?
A comb.
I've never heard of this contraption.
Yeah. It fucking shows.
Rude.
You're the one who constantly has tangles on your hair. And it would take you 5 seconds after you get out of the shower to just fucking brush your hair.
Okay, apparently JT's got a
It's long
question.
hair, you've got to take care of it. Yes, I may have an answer.
Hold on, Zach's asking me, are you tired of hearing that your videos got you through the rough summer 22? No, you're good. You can say it as much as you want to. Thoughts on chicken curry, asks JT.
Depends on which region of curry we're talking about, but I love Indian and Thai curry. Japanese curry can be a little hit or miss for me, but Indian and Thai chicken curries, they go hard. Nasty knot right here. I'm trying to pick it out.
Ah, shit.
Hmm.
It won't let me schedule for tomorrow anymore because business hours are over. What time are we leaving Thursday?
We don't have an exact time set in stone. Probably I would wager not before 10 a.m.
Okay, then I'll schedule it for 9:30 a.m.
Why not just go 9?
Fair.
So we have time to get home and get everything in the car.
Fair.
It'll be a 5-hour drive, so.
Yeah. For those wondering, I'm having to pay for getting
Fingerprinted.
Yeah, fingerprinted for my job so that they can run a background check to make sure I'm not, a criminal.
Yeah.
I had a real bad habit of jaywalking back in the 2010s, so that could mess me up. Okay.
It is if a juvenile record doesn't get wiped unless you've committed severe crimes.
Yeah. Ow. JT asks your thoughts on Sonic OCs.
I don't really have many opinions on Sonic in general, but I mean, all things considered, OCs are supposed to be fun. So as long as people are enjoying them, that's all that I care about. You know, it's not my place to comment on people's OCs. You know, unless it's someone I know and they're directly asking me for opinions on their OC.
Hi, Pierre. Ow.
Yeah, that's why you gotta brush your hair. Gets rid of the dead stuff.
Hold on, I'm gonna fix the stream too.
What do you mean fix the stream?
What I'm watching because oh, it autofilled that. Is what it was. Too many attempts. Okay. But yeah, normally I'd be watching this on the actual TV, but it airs on a local station, and there's local sports going on. So. I'm trying to fix it, but give it another shot here.
Full name.
Right. This time we'll get that right.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to autofill with today.
Well, you double check it.
Okay. Hold on. Catching up on everything. You've been asked your thoughts on Barbie.
Oh, Barbie?
Yeah.
Like, the dolls or the movie?
Either? Question mark?
I mean, I'm just gonna answer on the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really, really cool. You have to move the numbers off.
I had my hand over it.
Yeah, but still.
No, Zach, OC is original character, not the wrestler whose initials are OC. Not everything's about wrestling, bud.
The love they showed me.
Okay, I think that I hope that's just on a commercial. We'll find out. Okay. Alex, what's your guide on making a good OC?
Don't just give them strengths, give them weaknesses too.
Yep.
And in some cases, strengths can be made into weaknesses. Like, you know, a character can be proud of who they are, but that pride can also become a negative factor if they become too prideful in themselves. You know, just make them balance. In addition to, you know, positives, give them negatives too.
Alright.
Because that makes them believable.
And finally...
But most importantly, just have fun with that.
Alright, finally, last one and I'll let you go. Alex, thoughts on wrestling being called fake?
I mean, it's men without pants fighting over belts. So, like...
Scripted entertainment.
Scripted fundamentally means it's fake.
Rude. Anyway,
True.
you're dismissed.
I'm speaking facts there. So, If you don't like the way I view it, too bad.
Your fudge cookies deliciously decorated.
Alright. What's curry stuff? It's a type of food. Top tweet I just saw during Trick's rap performance. Okay, go off middle school talent show.
Spectrum put together the streaming absolute love. Plus, live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. All in one place, across your devices. So no matter when or where you are, it's on. Spectrum.
Although never getting his own chance during Grayson Waller Champions. I hope it wakes up the people up top in WWE and makes them realize that they are sleeping on a lot of really, really good potential that they are just letting sit there. Oh my god, I swear this is the longest commercial break I've ever seen. Alright, we're back, finally. Alright, well, Rose wondering how well it sits on my head. There you go. It's meant to be tiny as well. It is meant to be small. So. Pair them together and there you go. Oh god.
Because if anyone understands what it's like to lose everyone, it's me. So with that being said,
Oh, Thea just got jumped by Jada Parker for...
say it in a real way, I do feel bad. You do? Hell no. What's wrong with you? Stupid.
That's just rude. She's going through it, and you're gonna be that mean to her? Torpedo Moscow? Cool ass hit. It's a cool ass move. It's kind of where you can see it. No, it's not like a figure con. It's like an anime convention. Has nothing to do with like toys or anything. Well, I mean, not. Has nothing to do with wrestling. Has nothing to do with anything like that. It's mainly for Alex and Hemlock, but I'm going along for fun. It makes me a better femboy than Cloud Strife. I don't know, man. Cloud Strife might have me beat.
Grades this 2-0, that being OCM, certainly put everyone on notice. We have OCM for several years now. When they first arrived at the Performance Center, these guys are back. They are bigger, badder, and better than before. Lucian Price all healed up. Bronco Dima is an absolute stallion. I think the future is incredibly bright for both members of OTM. Jack is made. Dale Dixon's now legal, and I think Scott and Chase for advice. You should have done that before the match. I would never take advice from a guy who gets hurt when it comes to but I like these guys, man. Just said, so I'm going to come to you and go, what do you think Andre Chase is important? There's a pro wrestling expert in the Hall of Fame. We can compare that to the why they move. A little bit too far away from the corner. Unfortunately, there's the major thing to take. Lucian Wright is flat to both sides. To the chest of Uriah. Well, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong here. No team has really stepped up to show that they deserve a championship opportunity. The tag title division right now arguably wide open. Better to fill that.
Other than dominant women's. For the first, I like a strong woman. What can I say? I like a strong woman. That's all I will say to that. I don't have opinions on that, JT. He'll turn on Miles since he got the shot and Charlie didn't. Probably. So we got the new Chase U versus OTM, who still exist. Didn't know they still existed, but they're still here. I guess I'll double check on my TV. That way I can use my computer for other stuff if I want to, but I'm 99% sure that CW Atlanta, because that's all I get is Atlanta, is still showing a baseball or basketball or whatever game. Yeah, it's currently playing in Atlanta. Atlanta Dream at Indiana Fever. I don't know what that is. JT, I feel like you ask me this one every 6 weeks or so. It might be more often than that. And I'm always just like, really? Really? All right, OTM with the win. Want to keep and change? I mean, I haven't seen the reboot of it. From the original, though, from what I remember. NBA, gotcha. I didn't know Atlanta's NBA team was called the Atlanta Dream. But I'm just going off the original series. Would have liked a little more Sonic representation in it. A little bit more Sonic rep to it than just Sonic Shadow, Mecha Sonic and Eggman, who was never even really shown. And no, I don't believe that question is automated because you can't automate a YouTube comment that way. You can't. I know some people can because we get those stupid bots during like pay-per-view watch alongs where it's like watch on and then a random website link.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds and Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance. Are you a caddy? No, I'm a duck. And that's a rainbow. Okay, I'm gonna putt now. Okay, I'm gonna watch putt. Oh,
Nice birdie.
yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh my god. My feed is just like having a stroke.
Jack, welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless app. Powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network for just $25 a month. But you already saw, didn't you?
We asked people who said
Yeah, the timeline.
to compare it to our new stuff press.
That was the commercial just lagging out.
Now the box
Freezing like an old YouTube poop or something.
that you've had before.
I'm confused. What's going
It's happening again.
It's Domino's.
I don't like it. There we go.
Some more sauce. That tangy taste explosion. It is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to take it? Sadly, windshield chips.
Oh yeah, so for what Pierre's talking about, I'm just scrolling Blue Sky, and in response to the clip of the Average Joe rap, top response is, "I apologize, Max Caster." My timeline on both platforms is cooking Trick Williams right now.
I like being out, helping people. The story was so long.
Yeah, poor Trick.
He got to pull me some himself. Who does that? When news is breaking, not everything is as it appears.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm sharing it at this point. Let's talk about it. Do we have to? Let's not talk about it. We believe. Joe Andrew Williams had to talk about. Can't believe this is still going. I legit tried to do a 619 on my couch when I was like 8. Oh god. That was awful. Incredibly embarrassing. Trick has bars. I was not aware of his game. The crowd deflated the energy from it. Dang, I thought that was good, but people thought it was bad. I'm not reading that one out loud. Oh my god. Joe had to cook him. Roman turning him. Fucking brilliant. Booker can shut up once in a while. Based. That's the most based one. Booker can shut up once in a while. Oh, it's on Candy Crush. I've never really played it. I'm not great at puzzle games, though.
It's the #1 contender to the NXT Championship.
Hi, Ray. Which he says gentleman, so. Ray! Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Fight Booker T. Booker T would whoop my ass. Oh yeah, no, I'm not good at puzzle games. I'm not. I like them. I enjoy playing them sometimes, but I am not good at them. In the slightest. Yeah, no, like roguelikes, puzzle games, and fighting games are what I'm not great at. I am the best of my friends at Smash. I entered a Smash tournament once and I got slaughtered. True story. I found the one kind of game I'm better at because I'm pretty good at them. We'll play like Tetris against each other or something at some point.
Miles, I see you came alone today. I can't quite tell if that makes you stupid or brave. Perhaps both.
Magic Fighting Games, it is how I play, for the most part.
Exactly why you made it this far. Even though a lot of these people didn't believe you were going to make it this far, I know I didn't believe you could make it this far. But look at you now. You're the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. It is also in my understanding that
2 Souls-like games. I beat Jedi Fallen Order and Bloodborne. I am currently playing Elden Ring. Really? Yeah, I'm not good at Souls-like games. I am not good at them at all. There is footage of me trying Dark Souls 3 and failing miserably.
And I find that to be admirable, but also very, very misleading. Life is cruel, Miles. Good things don't always happen to good people, and I know deep in my heart that you are a good person.
Fighting game in what sense? Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Smash, those kinds of fighting games. I know those are very different. Like Smash is different from the other two, but like fighting games in general, I'm not great at.
Into the sunset with my title. No. Because your dream was 2 weeks ago when you won the Battle Royale. Your dream was last week when you beat Ethan Page. But make no mistake.
Rising, Elden Ring, second time I've heard of it. It's just a really difficult single-player game.
Because you will realize very quickly that you are standing in the ring with the ruler, the destroyer, the bringer of
Rebooking game show NXT's developmental show, like how it is now.
because you want me to treat you like you are everybody else. Want me to treat you like
I mean, it'd be kind of hard in the beginning with only, 8 people, but
join the list of victims. Your fate will end in destruction in the hands of Oba Femi.
Thursday, 9 a.m. I gotta remember that.
By myself, Oba. But I'm not alone. Tavion,
Only harder Souls-like is Sekiro. I think you could beat Jedi Fallen Order without much frustration.
they're not the only ones who got my back. I'm carrying an entire community. Every kid who feels different. Every parent who worries that their child isn't going to fit in. Yeah, Oba, you're right. It's more than just about winning a title. It's about making a statement. So go ahead, write me off as just another victim. Underestimate me. Like I said before, certainly wouldn't be the first. Doctors, nurses, they underestimated me. Every opponent that I ever stepped in front of, an amateur, underestimated me.
Dark Souls and Breath of the Wild had a baby, Zach. That's Elden Ring.
Pretty sure some coaches at the NXT tryout
Yeah.
underestimated me.
Pretty much.
But I proved them wrong.
Felt on LFG. A lot of people seem to enjoy it. I didn't watch it, but a lot of people seem to enjoy it.
It's gonna be the toughest match of my career. But I've been surviving battles ever since I was born, Oba. But you're right. This isn't a Disney movie. But every ruler falls. I might be hard of hearing, but when I shock the world at Battleground, they're all gonna hear the 1, 2, 3, loud and clear.
Solid promo there from Miles.
Champion. Miles has been counted out his whole life. Can he prove he was born to be a champion? Born Oba NXT title Sunday.
Oh! Alright.
Just dropped. Femi Jasper warned Ava he was gonna make an impact.
The LFG guy just laid out Oba.
In doing so.
Yeah, bring a new guy in and bring him right to the top. Why not? Uh-oh. Miles about to get laid out.
Thought how this face-off would come to an end. But will his reign...
No, I guess not. Yeah, with over 100 known bosses in open world. Why? Fuck you. That's why. Pretty much.
You can't control yourself how you just have. Come on, shut up.
Back and forth. That's what we keep doing. Back and forth. Let's end it right now. Tonight, you're going to break the tolerance because I would absolutely love to do it.
Both of you, sit down. Avoid security. Get you out of here. Sit down.
I'm gonna tell you this. If it isn't tonight, Ava, I am going to destroy you. Since the moment I want a match. You want a match with me? Hey, buddy, you ain't getting a match. I'm having way too much fun making your life hell. I'm throwing it away. There it is. You don't want to get in the ring with me. So let me go ahead and play the...
No, the name of it may be played, but I think it's called Red Dead Redemption. I played the original one, yeah.
Keep whooping you and walk out with that. Where do I sign up for that, Ava? I knew your greedy ass would like it. Big ego, small mind.
Listen to me. You two don't make matches. I do. Yes, Shawn Legacy, he has a claim to this title. But you know what? Because of the way that both of you have pissed me off over the past couple weeks, I'm going to make an exception. Next week, you two can have a match. And because I said so, that title's on the line. Get out of my office. Get out.
Bro really thinks she's in charge. Bro really thinks she's threatening his GM. I cannot. Ava's not great as GM. I'll say it here and now. That's a great day when Lola Vice is on my screen. Oh, Lola Vice and Fallon Henley on my screen at the same time. It must be my birthday. It's not, but it must be. Oh, man.
Tonight's episode of NXT is presented by Progressive Insurance.
There's a reason they don't call them king bikes, am I right?
Gas stations.
You gotta start at the top, work your way down. Maybe you're next. Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this hot router.
I graduated from Southern New Hampshire University. I always said I would go back to school when I had time. We applied right then and there. That's where the journey really begins.
Going through the program, having the support that I had really helped me understand what I can accomplish.
And I learned this just by taking classes at night while working a full-time job.
The resources at SNHU were incredible.
I think if I was back at the beginning, I would choose SNHU all over again.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans it, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Hold on to your tights.
Today. Welcome to the Hollow Tree, where since the dawn of magic, baked PL fudge puppies deliciously deserted.
Oh, man. So I've got next week's Raw booked, which is pretty exciting. in case you're wondering what's going on Raw next week, we got the 10-man gauntlet to determine Bronson Reed's challenger for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. I'll give you a list of names here in a minute. We got the God Prophets teaming up for the first time, Moose and the Street Profits against the trio of JTG, Carlito, and Chris Masters. We're going to hear from Karrion Kross. We are going to see the first Money in the Bank qualifiers between Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton and Buddy Murphy versus Nick Aldis. We're going to be seeing Jordan Grace versus Cora Jade following the attack on Raw last week. And the main event will be Jacob Fatu and Jon Moxley. That's on Ava and Ricky Starks allegedly dating. I don't know. I don't really care. I guess. Doesn't really affect me.
Saturday, the AVP League kicks off its 2025 season and summer's hottest sport just raised the stakes. 10 weeks of non-stop must-see matches as the world's best battle to rule the beach all summer long. The AVP League from Palm Beach, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the CW.
Time for tonight's NXT Spotlight, presented by Progressive.
It's been a solid episode of NXT. Oh, there's Tony.
The worst thing about betrayal is it never comes from enemies. It comes from family. Sex, you mother. Look, I tried. Okay? I tried to understand why you did this to me. I tried to
At
understand.
least an ironic couple. I mean, the irony's there, but I'm not going to call anyone's relationship ironic. There's just something about that feels weird.
We were built the same. Sir, we were cut from the same cloth. We were growing up as kids. You were tough as nails. Demonstrated loyalty to a fault. So I thought, Stacks. Look, I brought you in NXT. I did that. Me and you, we ran the D'Angelo family. We rose to power. Me as the Don, you as the underboss. That was good enough. So you wanted all the glory. You wanted to be the shot call. You wanted everybody to pay tribute to you. I get it. But here's the thing, Stacks. You don't get it. See, you only see what I allowed you to see. See, as the Don, there's a lot of pressure. You feel the full weight of the family on your shoulders. You worried about yourself. That's easy. That's why you're never gonna sing the big chair. You got guts, but you got no brains. Hot-headed, made your bed, and then Battleground, you're gonna lay it. Because on Sunday, there is no betrayal. There is no bailout. Just me. Breaking his face.
Well, the ultimate betrayal has left a family
Tony D and Stacks at Battleground. That'll be fun.
Boss Stacks this Sunday at Battleground. NXT is brought to you by Tahini. What's your way to Tahini?
Lola Vice has such a catchy theme, man.
On the task at hand.
That was on Tony Stark and Emma Frost marriage. I feel like there was a lot to that was really cool in the comics. I feel like there was a lot more that could have been done. It was the most interesting thing they'd done in the comics with both characters in so long, and then they just kind of ended it. And it's such a pairing that you wouldn't have thought of. And then it actually ended up working so well because the characters in the comics just had so much chemistry.
looking up to the champion earlier, like fatal influence. So Lola was quite simply playing the game, as we say in this business. Playing politics. You got to keep your friends close, your enemies closer. If Lola Vice wants to sniff an opportunity with as red hot as the women's division is, you got to pal up to the right people. That's it.
Question that victory.
I was asking a journalist what he thought about what happened.
You're not too far gone to know that. This is a bitch.
So you're okay with, with Fallon Henley, Jason James going around, throwing things around, false accusations?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, false accusations?
So was she calling out the...
How you know for that? How you know? How you know?
Well, I asked Graves his opinion. I'd ask you the same thing, but I know what you're already going to say. It was Lola Vice who also called out Fallon and JC for last week's mishap. So, Booker, what more does Lola need to do than to prove she deserves a championship opportunity?
Just think about Lola Vice. Break up training, whatever. I think she got a false sense of security, thinking it was going to be easy. It's for that box top. It's a lot of competition here.
There we go. I remembered we had Instagram again. I forget that a lot. It's because I have to do it through my phone if I want to do like a really good post.
Like she was saying, prove yourself to be the leader. And that goes back to something Lola Vice had said, that they're always getting in each other's way. Lola Vice utilizing her submission background. Great effect right now. Fallon Henley able to counter that very quickly, but Vice right back on top. When we talk about the competition, Booker, like you were mentioning, you guys, our thoughts with Zoe Stark after what we saw last night.
Unfortunate turn of events. It's a dangerous game. They all found out. Best wishes.
Definitely, best wishes to our good Zoe Stark. She's set back for what she's going to make her way back to the top.
Casey Jane on the outside, and Graves, you bring up a great point.
Yep, so far 2 matches confirmed for WrestleMania. Seth Rollins, Tommaso Ciampa, and Rhea Ripley versus Jordynne Grace. Off to a solid start. And of course, it's a 2-night WrestleMania, as always. And as I've said many a times, biggest in terms of number of matches card we've ever had. The two series, you think will make a good couple with each other outside of Spider Power. Oh, that's such a good name. That's such a good name for Spider-Man Power Girl. Ooh, that's a tough one. God, I'm trying to think of ones that haven't actually happened in the comics before. Trying to think of non-canon ones that I really like that I have thought of in the past.
Great coaching from the outside there by Jason Jane as well.
Seems that maybe they are on the same page now in this moment. It's very nice, of course, of Jason to volunteer Fallon for this matchup. And again, if Jason wants to prove her worth, her caliber.
See, now me looking around the room actually kind of works, because I do have action figures of comic characters and stuff around the room. I mean, obviously I like the Tony Stark, Emma Frost couple, but that's canon. That happened. I wish they would have done more with it. This is a... you said superheroes, but some twisted part of my mind thinks Madam Hydra and Norman Osborn would just be a match made in hell. And in part that is because I really like Madam Hydra. She's actually like one of my favorite villains. I've had that figure in box for a few months now. I need to open it up and stuff. It's part of I'll admit she is part of Cornel across the multiverse in some way. I don't think Deadpool and Harley Quinn would make a good couple. I think they'd make good friends, though. What hero do I think would make a good villain? Is she racist? I don't know. I don't think so. Let me look. I just think she's a really cool, like, villain character. I hope not. Is Madam Hydra racist?
Good thing my crew nudged me to get checked. Turns out I have AFib, which increases the risk.
Okay. According to this Ret check on Quora 7 years ago? Not really. Hydra has had a lot of different commanders in the MCU, with many different goals. But none of them seem to value race as a priority, with the possible exception of human versus inhumans. I don't know why it's saying MCU, but... So in Marvel, Hydra started out as a cult of personality for a powerful inhuman that went by the name of Hive, who started out on a desolate planet far across the universe. They did that for a while, but eventually Johann Schmidt, Red Skull, took over and had them cooperate with we already know who. However, Red Skull didn't actually agree with Mustache Man, and was only cooperating because he needed those guys as resources to find the Tesseract. He had plans to essentially destroy Berlin once they stopped being useful. Red Skull is neither a racist nor a... Do I make the joke? Do I make the low-hanging fruit? Nah. This is made clear by dialogue in the first Captain America movie. Is in fact an anti-nationalist. If you remember his final fight with Steve Rogers, he reveals this when he says, "You simpleton, fighting with a flag emblazoned on your shield. I have seen the future, Captain. There are no flags." Hydra then had a lot of different commanders over the years after World War II. I doubt I'll remember all of them, but I can probably cover most of the prominent ones. Dr. Zola, he turned himself into a giant computer. Okay. Lois, no, she's not that either, JT. She was married to Wolverine at one point.
We can't wait to welcome you.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country?
No, Hydra.
Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment.
Yeah, no, Hydra is not linked to that. No. What villain do I think would make a cool hero? They've done it with Venom, obviously. That's an easy one. I think Doc Ock would make a fun hero. We kind of saw it with the Superior Spider-Man, but... They recently made Juggernaut a hero in the comics. I think Juggernaut as a hero is kind of fun. No, no, that's not what I'm saying. As in, the party that ruled Germany during World War II that I don't think YouTube really likes it if I say the names of.
Lola Vice won the breakout tournament last year. She's been close to going in the past. What's going to push her over the edge?
Like I said, I mean, it's just that staying in there, staying focused. I mean, Lola Vice winning that breakout tournament. You think she actually moved up the ladder a little quicker, but like I say, the competition is so stiff here in NXT.
But as Vic said, Lola Vice of sucking up to the champion. That's a smart decision. That's a smart.
I have still yet to watch Invincible. I know I need to. Yeah. Yeah. But like, the group, the Germans are warning a certain country that a lot of us live in not to let history repeat itself with, but so many people are turning a blind eye to. Yeah, biggest Mania card we've ever had. Just to shift back to a lighter subject on this wrestling show. Yeah. Biggest WrestleMania card we have ever had. I do not know how many matches Ray has planned. But I will tell you, across night 1 and night 2, counting pre-shows, there are going to be the over 20-something matches. There will be over 25 matches across nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania. Like, it is far and away, as I said, the biggest WrestleMania card LS11 Universe has ever done. Because keep in mind, all of the titles will be on the line. Black Widow and Batman. Maybe, yeah, I could see that.
the whole thing. Not even next week. As Lola Vice taking control, charging in right to the spine of Fallon. Into the cover, hook of the leg, and a near fall. What a matchup this has been.
It's a battle topic. Lola Vice extremely impressive right now. A look somewhat resembling concern washed over the face for JC for a second.
Oh, missing wildly and ripping back at the hair.
Big shot there by
We're just gonna have matches even though no tournament this year. Like,
It's that MMA background, Graves, that we talked about always.
yeah, there's still gonna be pre-show matches. And the Sammy versus Supergirl Wily West. I can see that. Essentially just matches like the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, the China Memorial Battle Royal for the women. The Speed titles will be on the kickoff show. Stuff like that. Stuff that we just want to have like a fun, stuff to make that hour counting down to the main show a lot more interesting to watch. Ray and I are going to get together and record the full thing. We'll have to set aside a couple days or something to do it. It's going to be a lot of work. I mean, yeah, I say that on commentary every week. We have to slow down the footage sometimes. He's moving too fast. Bull Nakano Battle Royal. Where do I have one women's Battle Royal? Yeah, that's a Lola Vice dub. You'll love to see it. All right. I guess the Joe Hendry concert might be main eventing. There's only 30 minutes left in the show. Ooh, SpongeBob character. It's probably Squidward nowadays. I just relate to Squidward. Plankton. Actually, it's Plankton. I relate to Plankton. Things frequently don't go my way, and my response is, I went to college! I mean, literally. I went to college. What am I doing with my life? Mid-card titles. They're always for mid-card titles, Zach. Season 2, Cross got a shot at the IC title. Season 3, we didn't do it. Season 4, Montez won it and then got a shot at the IC title. Season 5, Ilya won it and then got a shot at the US title. Same thing every year. Always a shot at either the US or IC title for both the men and the women.
And use that as motivation. I went to Japan. I went to Mexico. And I own my craft. La dueña de la lucha libre. In that time, I slept in kitchen floors.
Sometimes you just gotta pop out and show. I don't know what that means.
I don't look back and think it was a sad time in my life. It was necessary to get here.
Since arriving in NXT, you've had one goal in mind, to be the best woman in the best women's division in the world. So do you feel like you accomplished that?
Being in NXT has been a dream come true. I remember seeing Rey Mysterio for the first time, and I knew I was born to be a WWE superstar. With each defense, I grow more and see the late night in Japan, the early morning in Mexico. It has all been worth it.
And your opponent at Battleground, Jordan Grace, what type of challenge does she present?
My toughest challenge. Jordan was at the top on TNA, and now she wants...
Okay, alright, JT. Alright, let's not go there. Let's not go to talking about that. Why are you just dropping Kendrick lyrics? That's what I'm assuming because you're dissing Drake. Why do you do this, man? Why do you just randomly drop song verses in my chat? I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. Is it because it confuses me?
Sunday at Battleground.
Oh, right. Zarya and Kalani. Right. She's got very bouncy hair. I like it. I don't really have any attachment to Kalani. Like, I hate to say it. She's good in the ring. I have no issues with her at all. She's very good in the ring. I just never connected to her. She's good matches. Again, nothing against her. Just not my favorite.
My doctor said it could be because my antidepressant alone wasn't enough, so she recommended an add-on treatment. She recommended adding Rexulti.
When taken with an antidepressant, Rexulti was proven to significantly reduce depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone. So with my antidepressant, Rexulti could provide a boost.
Well, yeah, we know you want attention.
Depression in children and young adults. Call your healthcare provider to report numerous changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur.
Could adding Rexulti
Be right for you. Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti.
People love ArchFit technology so much that Skechers put it into even more hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Just step in with no bending down or touching. Plus, ArchFit gives you amazing arch support. They're so comfortable, you don't want to slip them off. Try ArchFit Skechers slip-ins.
Hey, this is Sarah Beth, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that crispy brown sugar bacon. And the bun having that sweet taste to it is like scrumptious. I'm honestly getting yes to this barbecue. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Eating is the worst. But now, there's Spruce. You'll see visible results in 1 hour and dead weeds in 1 day. And it's safe for use around people and pets. Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer.
Welcome to the Hollow Tree, where since the dawn of magic, we've baked EL fudge cookies deliciously the same. Fudge on a biscuit. It's delicious. Introducing our new EL fudge choco vanilla cookie.
Jack Daniels starts here. From Cave Spring.
Thoughts on Obama? Seems like a nice guy. Like, in mind, when he was like, I'm not gonna get political, and I can't get too political about it anyway, because when he was president, I was ages 8 through 16. I wasn't really following politics. If I did, I'm not super researched on what all he did in office either, so I'm far from the right choice to ask this kind of stuff. He seems like a very nice man, though. Everything I've seen about him, he just seems like a very nice guy. So I have no issues with him. Seems like he loves his wife, loves his kids. That's all you can ask.
2 times more reps often, so you can use less. And one sheet holds up better while ordinary breads fall apart.
It's good.
Get more done with one. Bounce. The quicker pick her up.
The AVP League kicks off with 10 weeks of action as the world's best battle to rule the beach all summer long. The AVP League. It all begins from Palm Beach this Saturday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Oh, Dark State vignette. No, because the individual you're talking about is a cunt. So I have no opinions on him other than that.
Somebody that crawled through hellfire just so his brothers don't get burnt. The leader of men. My mother, this man child dangerous. I'm talking about all that.
Staring a lion in the face. Knowing that your next move is going to be your last. It can tear you apart 1,000 different ways. And I ain't talking about just physically. I'm saying mentally too. So what do? Stand there like a statue and pray you survive. That's what it's like to go toe to toe, face to face.
Now this beast of man sees right through. Sees through your illusions,
Your weaknesses, your lies. He's on a permanent seek.
Favorite kills, would you get it? What? I have never listened to Killswitch Engaged outside of This Fire Burns. Not a once. Like, I have not listened to Killswitch Engaged.
Some people call him lucky, but he's earned everything by himself. Now, 3 brothers with him, unbeatable ain't the word. Undeniable is more likely. When he opens his mouth, people open their ears.
Wait for them lights to turn out, y'all gonna find out real fast.
I like this vignette. It's actually telling me... It's telling me about these 4 guys in a cool way. Let me open up my Spotify here. No, I don't even listen to Note of Heartache. I don't listen to Roderick Strong's Sometimes theme.
These two started to pick up the tension before the season started. I mean, there was some uneasy tension that was going on, especially when a steel chair gets added and, you know, you bring up these conference finals and starts tomorrow. It's almost that Triple H looked into a crystal ball. And then this huge announcement last night on Raw.
Tyrese Halliburton will be a part of the Dunks of Destruction package with the WWE 2K25 video game.
Yeah, it's gonna be super cool. So I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to it.
Christians Just Close Your Eyes theme. That's a great song. Great song. Love it. Use of... Nope. I don't have thoughts on that. Sure don't. So anyways, yeah, no, like... Hold on.
Fanatics available every Tuesday on WWE's YouTube and all audio platforms, wherever you get your podcast. This week's guest is
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers.
So just to give you guys an idea here. Give you guys an idea. This is my playlist. Xander's Swood Jams. 295 songs, 17 hours, 21 minutes. This is the only playlist I really listen to. Sleepy Time Mix. This goes on... No. This got taken off Spotify? Seriously? Oh, man. Some songs got taken off. I hate when this happens. But anyways. Yeah. Like... This goes on when I go to bed. This is just for D&D stuff. This goes on between the months of November and December. This is for when Alex and I go on long drives. This is back when I was in the gym a lot more. Like, you look at Xander's Swood Jams. I've got it ordered by artists now. You can see, just for the Killswitch Engage portion of this, the only song in this playlist is This Fire. AKA This Fire Burns. But, like, you can see here, I got We Are One, so the Nexus theme, the 15th Floor, ABBA, Ace of Hearts. I've got a couple AEW themes in here. 2 Alter Bridge songs, that being The Other Side, Metalingus. Several versions Never Gonna Give You Up in here. Several versions of Megalovania in here. 1 Avenged Sevenfold song. Shockingly, I don't have Hail to the King from Avenged Sevenfold. A little bit of Backstreet Boys. Some Bon Jovi. A lot of Brian David Gilbert. He has a lot of good songs. Of course, there's plenty of Britney in here. A couple of Chalk Eaters songs here. A couple of Cole Rollins. A lot of Crush 40, which shocks nobody. I didn't realize I had a cover of... oh, that was the same band. Never mind. A lot of Dan Avidan and Super Guitar Bros. A lot of Dan Avidan overall because his other bands are in here. Best Colors Paired Together, Yellow and Purple. Let's see, again, more Never Gonna Give You Up. A couple Downstate songs. Only one Dropkick Murphys songs, oddly enough. Let's see. First to 11, they're one of my favorite cover bands. We got Halocene is just my favorite band, as you can see. I've got their cover of Hail to the King, How You Remind Me, Kickstart My Heart, their original song Maleficent, Paralyzer, Unholy, Victoria's Secret, Super Mario Bros. Theme, Oops, I Did It Again, Time Is Now, Miss the Misery, Teenagers, Bring Me to Life, Zombie, Throne, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Welcome to the Black Parade, Never Gonna Give You Up, We Will Rock You, and You Ought to Know. A couple of Imagine Dragons songs, some It Lives, It Breathes covers, a couple Jack Black songs. Let's see. Joe Hendry's 2 songs. Jonathan Young's some covers from him. Let's see. What else we got? A couple Markiplier songs in here. A couple Piper Alley and Mia Sanos. The Game is randomly not on here anymore, which is annoying. I wonder if it's that Motorhead's not. No, Motorhead's still on spot. Interesting. Here, let me just do this. There. Yeah, let's see. Some Nate Wants to Battle, a couple Neil Patrick Harris songs, some Nickelback, because Nickelback fucks. I won't hear any slander. A lot of Ninja Sex Party. What else? You gotta have some of the Queen, Sabrina Carpenter in here. A couple Tenacious D songs. Tribute's not in here. I just realized that. I don't have Tribute in this playlist. And then a handful of WWE songs. I got Johnny Gargano's Bet on Yourself. I got Broken Dreams. I got No One Will Survive. I got Smoke and Mirrors. Radio, The Game, Visionary, Worlds Apart, I Walk Alone, and Written in My Face. Oh, my whole computer is just frozen up. There we go. What is the GTS result? I've said it a million times, never, because I don't watch his content anymore, and I have some thoughts on him as a person nowadays. Is my internet good? Yeah, my internet's fine. Everything's just... Rebel Heart's not on Spotify anymore. They took it down. Back in 2022. Yeah, early 2022. They took down the themes of like they took down all the CFOS themes and Def Rebel themes of people who had been released. And actually just themes, and other than Jim Johnston themes, they took down the themes of a lot of people who had been released. Like Bray Wyatt's Live in Fear is gone. Rebel Heart's gone. Cross is Dead Silent was gone for a while. A lot of stuff was just completely pulled off Spotify and YouTube. Like, just completely gone and pretty much erased from history. And then when Johnny Gargano came back, they just never, even though he used Rebel Heart for about the first 4 months he was back, they never put it back on Spotify or anything. I definitely prefer Rebel Heart to Bet on Yourself. Like, I'm very outspoken about that. I definitely prefer Rebel Heart, but it's not on there. GPW, I don't know who that is. Wait, that's Grizzly. Right? Grizzly does GPW, right? Let me double check that. He sent me a script for something he wanted me to read anyway.
It's true. Join Bet365 today and get $150.
Yeah, GPW's him. No, we work together. We don't work against each other.
You can spend them on bets like the spread, totals, run line, and player props. Well, there you have it. Bet $5 to...
Yeah, we work together, not against each other. There's not going to be a LS11 versus GPW. It took me just a second to remember it was him, because there was another guy I used to watch back in like 2016, GPW, Ghost Play Wrestling or something like that. He had a pretty solid universe mode. He only did a handful of episodes, though. Sorry about that, folks. My OBS crashed for a second. That wasn't even a Wi-Fi thing. That was just OBS being weird.
Be part of a huge WWE weekend in Tampa. We talked about winning that title, Booker. We were there when Kalani Jordan did it at Battleground last year, and she beat the field, which included the current champion, Soul Ruka.
Trying to use some of those same tactics that you used back then, speed and tenacity, trying to stay one step ahead of Zarya right there. It's a fight just broke out, guys.
SWW, I do not know what that is. Admittedly, I don't know what that is.
Kalani's in the semifinal tomorrow, exclusively on X. And to that point, you've seen a lot of Kalani Jordan because if you watch WWE Speed, you know the time limit. You know you got to get the job done. What has stood out about Kalani?
Kalani understands the assignment. Sometimes you just got to drop the heavy artillery, although I would advise against that when your opponent is someone as powerful as Zarya.
And whoa, swing and a miss from Zarya. Kalani charging the right in, and now Kalani feeling the momentum. And if you can see Soul Ruka, hands on her head, she knows maybe she is going to have a championship match battleground against Kalani Jordan. And Jordan can finish the job here tonight. Walking on the top rope for that tornado DDT was counter-charging in. Missed pump kick from Zarya, right back in. The kick from Kalani. And the former Michigan State Lady Spartan is in control. If you don't succeed,
Oh, man. My assumption is Kalani's going to get like a roll-up or something. Because my thought is that they'll add like Soul versus... They're going to do like Soul versus Kalani. You know what I'm saying. They'll do Soul versus Kalani this weekend at Battleground. That's what I was struggling my way through saying. Forever Movement? Good stuff. In the back of my mind, I thought maybe one day I could get big enough for them to have me be part of the series. And I've never reached out to them, so by no means am I upset that I've not been asked to be part of it. I've never taken the first step to try and make a relationship there. I used to really like what they did. I really like some stuff that Forever Movement's done. I used to watch them a lot more when I was younger. Mainly because a lot of YouTubers I liked were in there.
Yeah, this is what we've been saying. Momentum can help anyone take over NXT.
Momentum can take you a long way. Oh, the wave, and now Zarya. Spilling into the arms of Soul Ruka.
Off that super kick, and Soul trying to calm Zarya down, refocus her. Oh, Kalani Jordan.
Best way to do a post-match beatdown? I think there's a lot of good ways to do it.
Because there is no tomorrow for Kalani. She's got to do it now.
Kalani took advantage of it.
Soul obviously didn't have Kalani in his paid the price. Miscommunication. Kalani from behind. Shoulders down.
Yep, Kalani got the roll-up, like I said.
Kalani short credit where it's due, was able to get past the dominant Zarya, utilizing her mental abilities. Zarya took her on that. Congratulations, Kalani Jordan.
Well, can she make it 2 in a row? Because Graves, we can mark it down for Tampa.
Yep, there it is. Battleground. Kalani versus Soul.
The championship will be on the line as the reigning champion. Soul Ruka defends against the woman who just earned the opportunity, Kalani Jordan.
It all comes down to who is truly the best. The Juggernaut faces the Dark Angel, who won the Challenger. She will burn.
Slap heard around the world. I must not have been in the world because I don't know what slap we're talking about. Are we talking about the... I don't know. Oh boy, they're adding Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Culling Battleground. Suddenly I'm a little more alright with not having to see the full show. Alright, the Joe Hendry concert's coming up.
Championship against NQCC's Miles Bourne and An unfathomable betrayal has led to this point. Family business will be settled
And
once
slapping
and for
Charlotte
all
Flair.
as the Don, Tony D'Angelo, battles the underboss, Stacks,
Don't really
at Battleground.
have anything to say about it nowadays, I suppose.
The guitar is tuned. We are ready. TNA World Champion Joe Hendry is in concert live next.
It's a madhouse. It's a madhouse. Had a lot of people showing me some madhouse.
In 2018. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, I guess, when Becky turned heel. Still getting a trailer for the New Wave pack with a mystery celebrity, a.k.a. things seemingly have fallen apart with KSI, a.k.a. KSI was probably thinking he deserved way more money than a shitty YouTuber selling moldy cheese and caffeine water to children should have.
It's always happening. It's part of life.
So now they've got to try and scramble to get someone else.
We want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable. It cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Jack Daniels starts here. From cave spring water to sugar maple charcoal to smooth Tennessee whiskey. Made by those who pour everything into their craft.
Welcome to the Hollow Tree, where since the dawn of magic, we've baked EL fudge cookies deliciously the same. Fudge on a biscuit. That looks delicious. Introducing our new EL
Thoughts on
fudge
the core.
vanilla cookie.
I'll be your enemies. I've had enough. I'll make them see. Turn it over to me. Terrible name, terrible t-shirt. Great theme. Banger theme.
These little movers with double brick strips. It blows even bigger protection. At Olive Garden, we're all about more craveable classics and more made-from-scratch sauces. Which begs the question, what could possibly be next?
How about delivery?
Olive Garden now delivers, and for the first 1 million orders, delivery is free. Only at olivegarden.com.
Nice work. What the heck is that?
It's toothless.
Vikings, I have returned. Yeah? Oh, you gotta see this.
One of 5 immersive worlds in Epic Universe.
The new Nexus had potential. Had potential. We're going to tell our version of that story with retro stuff eventually.
These are the coolest and most fun cars to drive in.
Young hotshot drivers who race with nothing to lose.
Let's go.
These guys are here to shake up NASCAR. The NASCAR Xfinity Series. This Saturday from Charlotte at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on the CW.
Just announced John Cena, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Dominic Mysterio, and Alexa Bliss are headed to FedEx Fest. Don't miss your chance to get up close and personal with your favorite WWE.
Why is it when you pee hard enough, you end up... That might just be a you thing, brother.
FedEx Fest emanates from the Javits Center in New York City, June 20th through June 22nd.
All right, it's time. The people are chanting, "We believe." 5 minutes left in the show. Yeah, we get it. More stuff next week. All right, we get it, Vic. We get it. Give me what I want. I'm here for a Joe Hendry concert. I did this watch along for a Joe Hendry concert. Now give me what I want. Ah, we don't even get the full entrance on TV. What the fuck is this bullshit? Side to side and say. What? I believe in Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. It's time for another
NXT mute making everything. You'd have to take that one up with Ray, brother.
Now, I know this isn't the first musical performance you've seen here tonight. If you want to call it that. Be nice. It was his first time trying. Be nice, but while we're on the topic, why don't
Joe with the low blows out of the gate.
this song to
You've already seen a musical performance tonight. If you want to call it that, be nice. It was his first time. All right. I love that Joe's got his own microphone still.
Joe Hendry's in concert, and you're gonna hear the sounds of I believe in Joe Hendry at the end of Battleground. And that trick was the champion of the whole of NXT. It's a shame you couldn't hold the title for longer than a couple of weeks. You used to work so hard. The people were with you for years, but now, Trick, you are the world champion of producing tears. I've obtained some footage from the good old days.
Oh boy.
When you were a crappy sidekick to Carmelo Hayes.
Oh boy.
Did you hear that? I think someone's chasing us. Come on, let's go.
Oh my god, I already see the poorly photoshopped entry.
You said, whoop that trick, whoop that trick. Everybody else said, Mello's bitch, whoop that trick.
Mello's bitch.
Everybody else said, Mello's bitch, whoop that trick, whoop that trick. Everybody else said, Mello's bitch. All together, whoop
That trick. Whoop that trick. Everybody else said Mello's bitch.
You must be out your mind, dog. Pulling up some old footage, that's the past. Nobody lives in the past anymore, dog.
Instead of whoop that trick to the beat, they're going Mello's bitch. Mello's bitch.
Hey, y'all can keep chanting if you want to. Y'all can keep chanting if you want to. But I heard someone say, Average Joe.
It ain't working, Trick. Hate to tell you, bro. Yeah, I knew he was going to take the cheap shot, too.
Obviously, it's heard enough of this Joe Hendry concert. It
Go home math is now favoring a Joe win unless Trick gets laid out here. No! Yo, shit! And Joe Hendry standing tall, which does mean Go Home Math is favoring a Joe loss.
Henry's gonna make and at the end of the day, Joe Hendry is the champion of TNA. For the first time on program.
Damn, that shit looked like it hurt.
Or can Hendry prove to Williams he is no average Joe and not a one-hit wonder? Sunday, you better believe you don't want to miss Battleground.
Okay, so thoughts on the AEW and Impact partnership. It sucked and it only favored AEW. It hurt TNA, or Impact at the time, more than anything. Let's see. Co-op and Noah Nation. I will try to remember to reach out for him. I'd love to have him do commentary for maybe a Mania match or something. I'll see what I can do there. I'll try and reach out to him. I want to try and have some special guests for Mania kickoff. But we'll see what happens. Alright. I gotta go. I was gonna maybe try and record something tonight, but I think I'm a little... I'll see if I have the energy after I end stream here. I gotta feed the cats still, too. But I'm gonna wrap up stream here. I may attempt to record something tonight. Probably not, though. I might just wait till tomorrow. But I'm gonna go to bed here shortly. Very fun episode of NXT, though. Also, ow, that fucking guitar shot just looked like it hurt. Bro blasted him in the knee. That hurt. Oh my god. Alright. Thanks, everybody. See you guys next time. See you. This is it for me. I will not see you guys again until next week. Either next Monday or next Tuesday, just depending. So, I will,